It's just not what's happening here. They are 30th this year in total offense. They are 31st in passing offense. Only the Titans, who have the rookie quarterback Cam Ward, have passed for fewer yards per game than the Eagles have. And we have a bunch of other stats we could show you to make the point we thought that one would do enough. So, Dan, I put you on the case here. You weren't with us on Monday. Again, you had the game. So we talked at great length about the Eagles and what's right and what's wrong and what they can do to get it fixed. And they're doing it all in a short week. What do you have?
Well, you can't be simple and predictable. And that's where they are offensively. You can be simple, but you got to make it confusing to defenses. I'd say this, the number one starting point for me is that they are in the shotgun basically every snap. Jalen Hurts has taken 6 snaps underneath the center. And so there, at times you can get tells. See how far Saquon Barkley is behind Jalen Hurts? When he's there, it's one of two things. They're either running the football or they're running this little slip RPO where they go and ball fake it, and then there's trying to get a pick from up top and leak somebody into the flat. Now, there's times when it has success, and there's times when I think defenses get an understanding of it. You see how his toes are about at the back heel of Jalen Hurts. Again, I think that there's more than not, indicators that this is going to be either that downhill run or that little RPO that they run. And this ball's handed off to Saquon Barkley. Now, if you go to where Saquon's a little bit more attached at the hip, if you watch where his toes are almost equivalent to Jalen Hurts, that's more often than not going to be a pass for this offense. Now, it's not 100%. It's not a black and white guarantee. But when this is the downside to living in the gun. And this isn't a war on shotgun. But I'll reiterate, they've been underneath the center 6 times this year if you take away the tush push. So when you live in the gun like that, there's defenses watching you, and they're gathering tells of, is it likely a pass? Now, the reason this matters is on 1st and 2nd down. You know this. Defenses are gathering information. Hey, when Saquon's a little bit more attached to the hip, we can be anticipating pass. When he's got that depth, we're thinking run. We're thinking RPO. I think that's another.
Talked about the O-line. You know, they're getting hit behind the line of scrimmage 45% of the time, a 40% pressure rate, which is second highest in the NFL. They need some identity tonight, and I am optimistic that it will be against the Giants.
I've got the Giants solely because no one else does. You know my rule. If everyone thinks